Good day, everyone. Aliii here, March 5, 2025. We just got a major reversal on S&P 500 and kind of like a confirming yesterday price action. As I said yesterday, we may see kind of like a tradable rally to the upside. Potentially 6,000 to 6,045 is coming for the first target. And that's going to be a very decisive moment or decisive level for the market to see if we're going to rally up to new all-time high or that's going to be just a B wave within this A wave, and we are gonna heading down to the C wave. So we will see how it goes. But right now we are heading into potentially 6,000 area for S&P 500. This is very nice tradable rally. If you hesitated about this, so potentially today is gonna be a confirmation. You could put your stop loss here around just a 5,000, I would say 50, and then just initiate your position here, long position for a nice rally to the upside. So we'll see how it goes with S&P. Nasdaq is kind of like forming the same pattern. I would say Nasdaq is forming a stronger. I know some people are saying the general pattern for Nasdaq is worse than S&P just because we take out this pivotal point, but I would say no. We kind of like take out that pivotal low, but this pivotal low is not that important. This we are in a sideways, kind of like a range consolidation, and we are still holding up nicely this weekly demand area and also this election pivotal point that I speak about this yesterday and also today as well within my posts. So we just got a nice higher low here and with a small kind of like a confirmation green ball, but we need to see some kind of like a 21,000 engulfed. If we see NASDAQ get above 21,000, I would say the next target for Nasdaq is going to be 21,400 to 21,500. So that's the decisive level for Nasdaq. If we get above this, hold it up, we are heading to new all-time high. Potentially brand new all-time high is coming March or I would say April. But if we get kind of like a reversal, we are getting a very bad shape for Nasdaq, and that's the concerning point because we can end it up to 18,000, which is gonna be this August low here. That's gonna be very, very important low for the market as well. All in all, I should say I'm kind of like slightly getting out of my cautious level and getting again back to stocks heavily. Just this drop actually was amazing for us because if the stock's getting back to the upside, I would say 21,400, we will make money. With myself, subscribers actually bought a lot, good names actually in these levels, and we are kind of like happy about this rally. Moving on to Dow, which kind of like a forming lead actually today in an upside tick. We just got a 0.58% to the upside. Nice hammer candle here, and we just got a confirmation. And if we get above this level, which is going to be 43,400 on a weekly basis, which is going to be next 2 days, are going to be very, very important for the market. If we get above this, then we are kind of like recapturing this trend line on a weekly basis. And if you remember, I was talking about Pinocchio bar, which is very, very important. And potentially, I'm going to just put video on that one. I believe in a weekend's edition, I put like an analysis about the Pinocchio bar on a trend line. Usually it goes below trend line, and lots of people are just getting a bear signal, which is fake. And stop losses are triggered for those ones who had like a position because it get below trend line. People are getting to the bearish signal, and they're getting a bearish or short signal from the market to short the market, but it recaptures nicely trend line and kind of like a bear trap, bull trap at the same time in hourly chart or 4 hours chart. That would be a fantastic, that would create a fantastic liquidity pool for institutions. And institutions are doing this a lot. In your chart, you can see that there are lots of Pinocchio bars there. And I believe if Dow Jones goes above 43,400, that Pinocchio bar confirmed. Likewise for S&P 500, and we are heading for another rally to potentially this a triple top here. Moving on to gold, which kind of like a very doji, I would say, wacky day, but at the same time, gold miners had a fantastic day. So I'm going to talk about that one because that's very bullish signal for gold and gold miners. I would say miners are getting in a very good shape for a next rally, and that kind of like a potential leading gold to 3,000 area. I would say this is kind of like the correction. I was wondering if we can get a deeper correction to here. Gold didn't give us that opportunity. However, I accumulated silver rather than gold, and we are in a nice profit today. Silver just a slightly, actually not a slightly, completely better than gold, 2%. And nicely recapture SMA 20. We are kind of like challenging this pivotal point. Right now, recapturing $32, which is bullish, and we may go higher to $34. And if we get above this, I would say silver is about to rocking to the upside, potentially $44 by summertime. That's going to be silver price. Moving on to crude, which just a slaughter today. Crude is just getting back to the downside. And I would say for the first time since September 2024, we just tested this area. Crude is getting back to the downside and just needling below this area. So people are just getting a stop hunted, and I'm not sure if this is going to be capitulation getting back to the upside. But right now there is no, as I said, there is no bullish momentum for crude. This is just a very nice rally, but we got into a sell-off, and this sell-off goes below this pivotal point. However, this is very, very important level. So we got this in 2021, back tested here, ended up to new all-time high. But right now we are testing a lot. So whenever a level tested a lot, multiple times without heading to higher highs. As you see here, we are heading to lower highs here. So we are always getting to the lower highs, and we tested back this area. This means this area is getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and it's about to break to the downside. If it breaks to the downside, that's going to be very bad, just because crude can go all the way down to 51 to $53 for a next stop here. So we'll see how it goes for crude. Right now, pencils is down for crude, and no kind of like bullish setup for this. On the other side, copper, if you just remember just yesterday, I was saying copper is very bullish. And actually, I'm saying a lot. Yesterday was just a confirmation. I was saying like a copper is forming a very nice bullish setup for a next rally. And today we just got 5% almost to the upside. And potentially it can just double test this $500. And then I would say the sky is going to be unlimited for copper. 520 is coming down the road, so we'll see how it goes. But I would say lots of copper mines as well. They're just forming a very nice bullish setup. Major reversal is coming to the market, folks. So this is going to be very, very fast and furious, I would say. I'm not kind of like getting to a pessimistic point of view that this is going to be a dead cat bounce or something. I put my analysis on S&P and Nasdaq. So we have decisive levels on top of us, but at the same time, this is going to be a very, very nice scenario for the market. Moving on to individual names, starting with Bitcoin. Bitcoin, just a nice rally to the upside, recaptured 90,000. We need to get above 94,000, above Ethereum at the same time, just a weaker 2,200, but we need to get above 2,600 to give more bullish momentum. If we get above 2,600, that would be very, very bullish for Ethereum. Moving on to the bond yield. Bond yield, just as I said yesterday, we got kind of like a short-term bottom here. We may see a rally potentially to 420, 415, and that would be kind of like, I would say, the dead cat bounce. I'm not expecting more rally to the upside for bond yield. This is going to be a sell, and Treasury is forming the top, as I said, and we are going to have a corrective move to the downside, potentially to 89.90, and that would be kind of like the bottom for Treasury, and then getting back to the upside potentially. We are forming a higher highs, higher low. So right now we are forming another potentially higher low here. VIX is down 21.93, and seems like the top, at least the intermediate top for VIX is here. So we may see some kind of like again bearish momentum to the downside, heading down to $14. Dixie slaughtered today. Remember 105, I was saying potentially it's gonna hold, but it seems like it doesn't. It's just slicing like a knife, sharp knife through the butter. here, and then going down 104.32. And if it doesn't hold here, potentially dollar is gonna get weaker and weaker. This means money is flowing out from dollar going to stock market, and precious metals are going to be beneficiary. Apple just going up and take out this pivotal point, but the hammer candle right now neutral. But if Apple goes above again 250, new all-time high, if it goes below 225, 200 is coming. Right now it's just forming a bullish momentum, so we will give Apple benefit of doubt for now. Market has a positive momentum, so probably Apple is going to be beneficiary. Amazon, nice reversal today here. 208 confirmation yesterday candle, so we may see some kind of like an uptick for Amazon to heading to here. So 211 to 216. So we will see how it goes. I'm gonna just delete this area here, so we have intermediate top here on top of us. Meta, nice reversal and getting back to the upside nicely. Good reaction to this trend line. Very technical. Microsoft, fantastic move. So look at that. It just touched this demand area. Look at the surge today. $400 recaptured. Great move for Microsoft. Great rally today. Google confirming yesterday, nice confirmation for a bullish momentum, and 172 is coming. Actually, we are at 173 after hours, and 180 to 185 is coming down the road. So this is the box for intermediate top. We have resistance on top of us. Netflix, nice reversal. Seems like getting back to the upside. Potentially, we are going to head this double top formation. Tesla, slightly getting better, just getting back to the upside. 279 right now. It's just forming a nice bullish reversal. We may see some kind of like a rally to 300 to 300, 309. And after that, we need to go all the way up to 360. If we get above 360, then Tesla is gonna sparking higher to potential new all-time high. I would say 500 to 520. And Tesla can get doubled from this level. Can you imagine? It's going to be very fast. so, so we will see how it goes. Moving on to SMH. SMH nicely getting back to the upside today. We just got a confirmation that SMH is forming intermediate bottom here. SOX the same pattern here, going up today. $206 closed. Taiwan Semiconductor nicely just gapped up, shooting to the sky here. Middle of this wide range bar, lots of resistance around 190 to 192. We'll see how it goes. AMD, shallow candle today, shallow confirmation, 101. Still forming kind of like the bottom formation. Let's see if 90 to 97 is the decisive bottom for AMD. NVIDIA, not a strong pattern today. Semiconductors actually yesterday was leader, today was not, obviously. NVIDIA positive today, but candle is shallow. Texas Instrument nicely getting back to the upside. I would say Texas is forming a nice double bottom. The hourly chart and 4-hour chart, so we may see some kind of like a rally to $200. Lam Research, the same pattern here. Nice capitulated to the downside, 74. Right now, $78. And we are heading to 80, which is going to be a massive resistance for that one. XLF, financial spider, just slaughtered yesterday, getting back up today. Kind of like a dead cat bounce, I would say. Potentially, we're going to see this gap fill, gap in the gap fill 51 to 51.50. And then after that, we'll see how it goes. KBE, $54 strong. No, it is not a strong. It's just a dead cat bounce. Gap fill, gap window around $56. KRE, the same pattern here, $60 gap window here. And JP Morgan, the same here. So 256, 257, that's the area for resistance. Goldman Sachs, 600 to $604. That's going to be the area for gap window. Bank of America, it's huge. I don't know if it's going to get to this gap. Potentially just $43, $44. That's about it. And Wells Fargo, the same pattern here. All of them are forming a dead cat bounce. $76 could be the area that we can see this rally is going to finish. So I'm not positive on banks. I'm kind of like a negative on them. Gold miners on the other side, look at them. They're just sparking higher. GDX 4% to the upside. GDXJ, the same pattern at $51. What a fantastic candle. Maribuzo candle to the upside. Great move. AEM, I believe that this is one of the best one, even in Stock market, you can just define this bullish pattern. This is insane, and it's gonna sparking higher today and tomorrow. Newmont, I would say, if you're kind of like hesitating about the gold miners, Newmont could give us a good potential setup for a nice rally to $50, which is gonna be, I would say, 10 to 15% to the upside, which is kind of a good gain. So position yourself in this one. I'm not saying directly, but this is very, very, I would say, high beam actually signal for me that Newmont can have at least ABC, and this C wave can go all the way up to $50. So we will see how it goes. Gold barrack, the same pattern here. We just got a nice bull flag heading to potentially $21. XLE, which is a spider. So after this crude actually heading to the downside, XLE just gap down, forming a doji bar. Very decisive, as I said, decisive moment for energy stocks and I would say crude as well, because crude is getting close to very significant drop if it breaks below 65. Exxon, the same pattern here. We just got into 103, 106 and getting deeper to this demand area. We'll see if this is going to be capitulation or not. Chevron, still hopeful candle. So 150 recaptured, not a bad setup, but we will see. We need to see confirmation. If it doesn't confirmation, buyers are going to dissipate it and they're going to just going out, and the sellers are going to take control. Chevron can go all the way back down to 130 to 136. So we'll see how it goes. All right, folks, I believe I covered everything. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and have a good one. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.